Next topic is factors affecting the solid waste management system. See, here we have several factors which influences the decision making process for implementing the solid waste management. Some of the factors are listed below, wherein the first factor it says like the quantity and the characteristics of waste. The quantity of waste it says like this quantity of the waste which also depends on the income level of the family, or it may be income category trends to generation of large quantity of waste which compared to the low income categories. Like if more the income, more the waste will be generated. The quantity which will be varied from the range about 0.25 to 2.3 kg per person daily. Based on the locality, the range it will be varied. One of the measure of the waste composition is density. Density is nothing but mass per unit volume. Here, for each individual, it will be varied from 150 kg per meter cube to 600 kg per meter cube. Proportion of paper or a packing material in the waste largely account for the differences. When this proportion is high, the density is low and vice versa. If lighter weight material the waste has been generated, then the density will be high. The density is very low. The waste of high density which reflects a relatively to high proportion of organic matter, moisture and the low level of recycling process. The second factor for the solid waste management is climate and the seasonal variation. See, as we all know that when we move towards extreme north and south areas where the temperature is very low, in such of the places during almost a year, like when the temperature is very low, then the waste handling, the waste treatment and the generation it becomes a tedious task, where during the high temperature and humidity the solid waste decomposition it is much more faster or a rapid way than compared to the cold climates. Like when we speak about the decomposition will be faster during summer compared to winter and rainy season. So I can say like the seasonal variation, it gives a direct impact on our solid waste. And the frequency of waste collection in high temperature and the humid condition, it should be higher than in the cold climates. In subtropical or the desert region, where there should now have a significant variation in the moisture content of waste due to low rainfall. The next parameter is physical characteristics of an urban areas. In urban areas, something like cities or towns where the low levered streets or houses in such places, vehicle is possible. It should be moved to door for collecting the solid waste, for accepting the solid waste from each and every house. This condition is quite different when we compare with the inner and the outer city areas, where we have a narrow lane, where we don't have a proper service, where the vehicle it can be moved, or it is very difficult where the vehicle, the waste collecting vehicle, it is very difficult to go in that particular path and it is highly impossible to collect the waste from door to door. Added to this problem, even the urban swells, the outskirts, where population is growing in a very big rate, access becomes very narrow, and therefore due to less accessibility, the collection vehicles also it is difficult. The problem of solid waste storage and the collection is more accurate in such areas. The next one is the financial and the foreign exchange constraint. See, when we speak about the financial and the foreign exchange constraints, here typically 10 to 40% of the revenue of the municipal is allotted only for the solid waste management, where the rate is daily wage rates are very low, and the main aim is to optimize the vehicle productivity. And the financial situation for some of the countries, where the purchase of equipment and the vehicles it is very difficult, wherein the finance and the foreign it is not supporting direct and it is playing a direct impact on the solid waste. The next one is a cultural constraints. In some of the regions, traditional regions where they presence of household and therefore they influence the collection system, or due to this traditional and the cash purchase, the labor force for the street cleaning, handling of the waste, and certain sections of the populations they won't support the municipal corporation, and due to social norms of the community more often override what exactly the consideration of the rational solutions. Waste management should therefore be sensitive to such local patterns of living, and these factors it has to be planned, designed and operated in an appropriate way. The last one is management and the technical resources. See, we require a very strong management for managing the solid waste to be successful, and the wide spectrum of work sports in keeping in demand the best system of the region in which for full use of indigenous craft professional skills ensure the training programs to provide the self-sustainable system and the trainer workforce. If we have a proper management skills and the technical resource, then the treating the waste or reducing the solid waste on a daily basis it can be achieved. Thank you.